See that sister over there running scared. Sure got a problem, and it's a bad one. Preacher man trying to help her out. She done cussed him out, hit him in the head with the bottle. Don't you think it's a crime when time after time, friends of mine, they're living in the bottle. There's people living in the bottle. See that sister sure look fine before she started drinking wine from the bottle. People, did y'all see that disgraceful exhibition that's taking place in Las Vegas? Did y'all see what's that girl's name? Dee Ramsey. She just came on live, child, making an absolute goddamn fool of herself. Now I said, Timothy, listen, them people are out there on their vacation. Don't be trying to rain on other people's parade. Leave them people alone. You had your little one video, and you had a little kiki, and that's about it. Leave them alone. Let them enjoy themselves, because all the other people, the participants, seem to be just having a good time, right? And then she had to come back on. Now I had no idea I had such an influence over these YouTube people, right? Because I mentioned Dee Ramsey's name, now she ain't been able to let me go since. Every time she got to come on, she got to direct her videos toward Timothy Blaine. So I think it's only right. Uncle Tim, what did that drunk diesel truck driver do now, Lord? She's over to her videos called Gumby Gate. So now, in addition to being a drunken disaster, she is over there taking drugs. Gumby. She called it Gumby Gate. So I said, oh, she over there making fun of people who ain't got no teeth. No, it ain't that kind of Gumby, baby. She's talking about the candy Gumbies, the ones who are infused with marijuana. She is over there high as a kite and drunk as a kite at the same goddamn time. So, Dee Ramsey, now I understand why your husband chooses not to travel with you on a regular basis. Apparently, according to some lady there, he is there. I can only imagine the humiliation, the embarrassment of being there with someone that's supposed to be your wife, hollering and screaming all the way across the room. Anybody got any water over there? You're in a luxury hotel and you're screaming across the room to bring you a glass of water. Dee Ramsey, why would you come on here and make such a damn fool of yourself, girl? Everybody there seems to be having a good time, but you are sucking up all the energy in the room. So I think it may be time for an intervention. Someone has to at least lead you in the right direction, right? So I went and I tried to find my 12-step book. I don't follow the 12-step method, but I respect it, right? And I couldn't find my book. Then it occurred to me, wait a minute, this is the age of the internet. We don't need books anymore. So, Dee Ramsey, this is dedicated to you. Okay? Step one, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. Unmanageable being in a luxury hotel suite with people who have paid their money to be there as well. Husbands, wives, friends, people trying to enjoy their vacation, and I'm over in the corner screaming like some wild banshee. My life has become unmanageable. So I think what they're saying in step one is we admitted that we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives have become unmanageable. Apparently, we have to add drugs to this as well. Step two, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Lord, it's one of the biggest things. You have to come to believe. Now, I know you believe in all this hocus pocus stuff and these potions and all these shit you hang on your neck and all that. It doesn't really matter what the power is at this point. They say in 12 step, they said that if you have to make a doorknob your higher power for the moment, then believe in that doorknob. Believe that doorknob will keep me sober. Right? You have to believe it. So I'll repeat that one. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Because what we saw tonight, Dee Ramsey, was not sanity. That was insanity. That was embarrassing for your husband. It was embarrassing for your friends. It was embarrassing for Sean Bradley. It was embarrassing for whoever has to share a hotel or wherever the place is with you. It's embarrassing for the neighbors because they don't want to come and knock on the door or call the police on you because they have this wild woman who cannot control her alcohol and chose to add drugs to her cocktail for that evening, right? Step 3, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. That's what I mean about you can make it a doorknob. They use that example, right? I think it's basically the same thing I say when I'm talking about recovery. You have to come to believe that God can restore you. God can deliver you, right? And then you have to make a decision. I'm going to stop believing in the powers of me since I know me so well. I'm now going to trust this God, this power that is greater than myself, whether you call it Buddha or you call it Krishna, or you call it whoever you call it. It is a power greater than yourself, a supernatural force that can restore you to sanity, Dee Ramsey, because it makes no sense for all those people to pile into Las Vegas only to have their evening one night after the next night. And then the first thing in the morning, you're back screaming again. And people wonder, why is she yelling? What's wrong? Made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. See, people don't realize that 12 step is a very spiritual program. 4, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. This is when you go and tell the truth about yourself and you try to work it out by writing it down. Now, they're not requiring that you tell everybody. You don't got to put it in a book, right? You can tell it to one person, but it's more for you than for that person. That person really could give a shit. That's just an ear for you, right? So make a searching and fearless moral inventory. Tell all the things you've done. Tell all the times you've embarrassed your husband, you've embarrassed your mom, you've embarrassed I don't know if you had a mom or father, but whoever in your family, you've embarrassed them. You've come to family reunions. You start taking off your clothes. I see you're dancing around on here and you're just making a fool of yourself, knowing that when you drink, this is what's going to happen. But you don't care because of your ego says that you are worth it, that they have to tolerate this. And then everybody in the room is supposed to be looking at you because you have once again lost control of your alcohol. Step 5, admit it to God. Y'all see how God is in here? I don't remember how much God is in here, but this is a very spiritual program. As a matter of fact, when I was in the pen, I would go through the 12-step book and I would go through the Holy Bible and I would say, well, wait a minute. All of these steps are spiritual principles taken out of the Bible, right? There's strong spiritual principles which have stood the test of time. It's time to start paying attention, Dee Ramsey. Okay. Okay. So I have to repeat it to keep up with myself. Step 5 was admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of your wrongs. That means you read the moral inventory. You purge it all. If there's any abuse, whatever it is, or whenever you felt like whatever's missing inside of you, or you feel like you have to be in this state in order to enjoy yourself, right? Step 6, we're entirely ready to have God remove all of these defects of character, the arrogance, right? The narcissism, the drunkenness, all of these defects in your character. You come prepared to have God remove them all. In other words, I surrender all. I surrender all to him, my precious Savior. I surrender all. Right? So all the hocus pocus and the witchcraft and all the stuff you believe in, you say, God, take it all. I'm just trusting in you. I'm just trusting in you, holy God, whoever you are, wherever you are. Please help me. Humble yourself. Fall upon your knees, and not in a drunken stupor, but in complete surrender to this thing that is sought to destroy you. 7, humbly ask him to remove our shortcomings. That is similar to step 6. They're almost the same, right? Number 8, made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. That would mean every person who you have burdened with your behavior through the years. We only see a little snippet, a little 5-minute segments, right? Or in this case, 20-minute segments. Because at the end of this, the thing she just posted, this drunken thing, they're all telling her to shut up. She actually they shut her down. She'd have to get off the line and stop screaming. There are other people who have paid for their vacations here as well. Right? And soon after that, I guess Sean had to come over there and tell her, you're too drunk. Okay. Number 8. Okay, you made a list of all the persons you have harmed. Your amends is all the people you've hurt. If you've been harmful, the nasty things you said about me in the past, you don't got to apologize to me. But there are many people who you've harmed in your real life, right? Family members, children, parents, aunts, uncles, people you have embarrassed, people you have done things, you've gotten too drunk, you've attacked people. I would say write a letter or communication with Nicole Tyler. Say, listen, I had no right to attack you. I could have just talked to you like everybody else, like a civilized, normal, sober person. I was wrong when I attacked you. I have no right to put my hands on you. People like that. If we saw it happen in Atlanta, then it's happened before, right? You have large bones, and when you add that alcohol, it can be devastating, right? The effects. Okay. 9, we're almost through, people. Hold on. 9, made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. All right. That means it's a continual thing. Every time I fuck up, every time I've gone too far, every time I've gotten too drunk, every time I shouldn't be taking gummies, but I take them anyway because of my illness, right? I go and immediately apologize to them. In other words, I'm not really suited to be in the beef sector. I don't need to be cussing people out unless I'm going to do it sober. If you're going to do it sober, then it's just harmless banter, right? But when you add that juice, that hooch, as they used to call it, you've been pretty destructive. Okay? So they're telling you, made a direct amends to such people wherever possible. It's continual. It's always. I'll always do that. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him. Praying only for the knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. To learn to follow. So listen to the voice of God telling me what is right and what is wrong. Because the other voice is telling you, no, have another bottle. Why don't you have another? That's not God. God didn't give you that, honey. God don't want you throwing up on yourself. God does not want you using the bathroom on yourself. He does not want you falling down that flight of steps in front of you. That's not the will of God, right? You have to listen. You have to have a sober mind to listen when God is communicating to you. I'm going to tell you guys a little story after I finish this last two steps. Okay, continue. Number 10, continue to take personal inventory And we were wrong, promptly admitted it. I think that is the same as number 10. There are people who are actually working these steps, right? So they take them in order. So those two are very similar. Number 11. There's only 12 people, so we got one more. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him, praying only for knowledge of his will and the power to carry that out. That's the one I just read. Okay. Here's the last one. Having had a spiritual awakening as the result of these steps, we try to carry this message to alcoholics, that's what we're doing right now, and to practice these principles in all our affairs. I'm only going to read the first part of the last one again. Having had a spiritual awakening. So this is what the writer of this book, Bill Wilson and Dr. Bob, these are the steps that they took. They try to put it in writing. So there was a formula, how they came to have a better understanding with their God. Actually, Bill Wilson was visited by a Catholic priest when he was in a hospital suffering from alcoholism. They came to him. I remember that in the book. I haven't read it in 30 years, but I do remember that. Right? So they try to write out exactly what happened to them. So they're carrying the message to other alcoholics in hope that this will also help them. And they've had hundreds of thousands of successes. Okay, did I put y'all to sleep? That everybody else can go to sleep. That's for Dee Ramsey. That's for Dee Ramsey, baby. Uh-huh. Dee Ramsey is in the chat. And let's see what Miss Ramsey has to say. Where is she at? Is she opposed to these principles? Don't make me come with the 12 principles, girl. Where's she at? I don't see her. Where you at, Dee Ramsey? Come out wherever you are. I know you're in here because everything that comes out of my mouth, you always repeat it. No worry, I had no difference. I had so much influence. Where you at? We're concerned about you, Dee Ramsey. Now, we know you're an alcoholic or a lush, but when you actually see it, when you actually imagine these people who are also on their vacation, and all of them you see how far they're sitting away from her, and then people have to holler, could you stop? Hold it down. I mean, how terrible. What a bad look for Black people. You check into these luxury suites, and all we can hear on the whole damn floor is one woman hollering and screaming all goddamn night. A person knowing your own behavior, because you've certainly experienced it. So perhaps this video will help you, Dee Ramsey, because you will be able to actually see it. That's a luxury that a lot of alcoholics don't have, right? Yes, they get drunk, they make fools of themselves. I certainly understand it. I mean, I've certainly been there. But we never had the luxury of actually seeing it. Somebody could tell us, you made a fool of yourself again. They don't want you back at the party again. They ask that you don't bring that person back to my house again. So y'all say she's here. I don't see her. Where's she at? Is she blocked on my computer? That's why I don't see her. Dee Ramsey, y'all was having fake fun. Going all the way there just to be hollering and screaming. This is what she's able to sit down and post, right? We can only imagine what's been that trip has been like for everyone else. I can assure you, Dee Ramsey. Oh, there she is. Yeah, they took her message out. What she called me a bunch of niggas. I don't care. Let her call me some niggas. Girl, Dee Ramsey, whatever it takes, baby. Oh, they took her all. Okay, moderators, don't think I'm being disrespectful, right? I already know. I can already imagine the way this woman is talking. Okay, so don't think I'm usurping you guys' power, but I do want to see what Miss Dee Ramsey has to say for herself. I will acknowledge that we know she's drunk. In fact, she's falling down drunk, and she's taking gumbies. She says 2. Well, wasn't 1 enough, Dee Ramsey? I mean, you're already what they call high as a tick. Did you really need 2? And how many did you actually take? How many were taken after this? And where is your husband, child? Is he sitting over in the corner? Do you have a passive husband, Dee Ramsey? So, moderators, what I was saying is I'm going to unlock one of these. I want to see what she says. Your God keeps you broke and ridiculous. Okay, I love that one. Okay, moderators, y'all sit down for a minute. I'm gonna have a word with Miss Dee Ramsey. She said, "My God, isn't there only one God, Dee Ramsey? Are your is God those things that you stir up in those little dishes and stuff and cross yourself with, girl? Witchcraft and carrying on, girl." So Dee Ramsey said her reply to this is, "Your God keeps you broke and ridiculous. Why am I broke and why am I ridiculous?" Matter of fact, this is where I'm going to interject. I'm going to tell y'all a story. We'll get back to Dee Ramsey in a minute. She's still watching because she watches every word that comes out of my mouth. Yesterday, when I end up in a preaching mode yesterday, right? I was talking about the situation with Larry Reed, but I was telling the story. Then I said, "Well, God is not through with me. I don't steal nothing. It never occurs to me to steal anything." I said, "But there's only one thing that's left, right? If I find a wallet on the street, if I find a wallet on the street, I will still take the money out of the wallet and I will put the ID, the wallet, everything else in the mail, right?" That was yesterday. I said this yesterday. I told you it had only happened twice in the 20 years since I've been clean, right? Today, this is the following day. As I was walking my dog, we walk around Safeway uh, for our evening walk, right? Flat. Do I have it on me? No, I don't want to show the wallet because the people who owned it might say, "Oh, that's me. That's my money, motherfucker." Anyway, I see this wallet laying flat, way out in the middle of the parking lot, right? And I said, "What is that? Looks. Let's go over there, baby." I take the dog over there, right? I pick the wallet up, and first it looks like, well, somebody lost their wallet. It looked like it had $2 or $3 in it, right? And then as I pull back the ones, 20, 20, 20, 20. I am not bullshitting you. I can show you receipts, child. I talked about it yesterday. I said that was the only way that I would take anything. Today, I got blessed. And as a matter of fact, I could use those coins too, right? Some things came up in my account. I said, "Oh shit, look at this. I can't lose. I cannot lose." And the principle I was trying to say yesterday was, I don't worry about being broke. I don't worry about paying my bills. I don't worry about my health even, right? God is going to take care of me. He always does. No matter what happens, something always happens. So I don't have to run out and get high on something. I don't have to try to fix myself and make myself feel better by my own formulas or my own ways. God is going to take care of me, right? So in that wallet, $100. It was $96, honey. Lord have mercy. Back to you, Dee Ramsey. I wanted to unlock. So moderators, don't be mad at me now. I usually go by whatever y'all say. Okay, so the first comment was, "Your God," and this is from a drunken woman who is high as a kite and drunk at the same time. The next statement from Lotus Flower Queen. "Is that because you became so ridiculous they had to ban your real name, Lotus Flower Queen?" The next statement, I can hardly wait. Come on. They allow you to unlock whatever the statement was, right? "Your whole life is an embarrassment." Why am I embarrassed? Embarrassed for what? I'm sitting comfortably in my house. The fuck you mean? All my bills are paid, nigga. And I ain't got to get up 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why you think it's an embarrassment. You talking about embarrassment somebody did 30 years ago? At least I lived, nigga. You're in that right now. I can talk about my addiction years and years and years ago, bitch, but you are in it right now. This is your moment. Your once in a lifetime. Girl was up there singing tonight, honey. See, but when you're sober, you know that your singing sounds ridiculous, so you cut it off. What does she say next? "My whole life is an embarrassment," she said. Wait a minute. This is the next statement from Dee Ramsey on her drunken stupor. I know they drunk, so they're gonna be laughing at everything, right? But them girls in that room, that they understand. Okay, so she's showing you a picture of dancing girls, fire, alcohol glass, a champagne glass, a cocktail glass, all these glasses of booze. Right? She's throwing that up in my face. Girl, those things are only important to you, D. Ramsey. I haven't had a drink in 35 years, girl. Okay, let me see. We want to hear some more of D. Ramsey. This is her night, honey. Y'all go over there and see her. She acting a damn fool, making a fool out of herself. She had to have people tell her to turn the computer off. And she's step one. Get some gringo blingo for memory helps. Ginkgo, get some ginkgo girl. Stop drinking. That helps with the memory as well, girl. You want to block her? Well, we'll block. Of course, we'll block her after. I'm just curious. I want this thing to see because she's gonna watch this video over and over, like she does all the videos that I make. Anytime I mention her name, right? Step two: purchase new shirts. Excuse me. I wear the black T-shirt. I have probably at least 10. Sometimes they got a little bird on them or something. Sometimes they got what the hell is a black T-shirt, girl? Why do I need to purchase? You want me to look like you? Should I put on a big tie-dye muumuu for my performance? I know them girls will say, why would she sit her fat ass down? Because the other ladies, everybody seems to be well behaved, and none of them wants to be on camera with Dee Ramsey. Come on, you want to be on camera? Come on, be on camera. All this fake laughing and shit, girl. And nobody wants to have that floating around the internet, girl, with you. Nobody wants to be on camera with you. The only time Sean Bradley is reaching over your head is because he's trying to calm you down. Say, baby, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Right? You want to go take a nap? You want to lay down? No, I want some water. Yeah, anybody got... I said, good God Almighty, child. And this is what she says, the high life. This is the good life, honey. Do we got any more from the girl? Let's see. Lotus Flower. She made another post. She's all up in the chat, baby. Okay. Step 4. Oh, you're going to have 12 steps, girl. Ooh, that's some good shit, Eddie D. Ramsey. That's some good shit. And where'd you get them goddamn gummy bears, girl? Maybe we can skip the gummy bears tomorrow because it seems to have made the situation worse, girl. How did you feel when Sean Bradley had to come over there and take you offline? Isn't that what you do to children? Are you so far out of line, girl? I've heard story after story after story. People like you, people who have gone to their family reunions and start taking their clothes off, girl, and dancing on the damn picnic table. They make such a damn fool of herself, and then many times it is good for them because it is their bottom. When they hear about what they did, can you imagine what they're feeling if they could actually see it? In this age of video, you could actually see how you act around people, and you're supposed to be a businesswoman, right? And that he don't know how to handle you, girl. I guess they got to keep bringing you because you're such a kiss ass that they need your support. That you walking around. I guess they all got his picture on there and all that stuff. I'm not bothering with Bradley. He ain't doing it to me. I'm focusing in on Dee Ramsey. So step 4 is get better. Okay. So step 4 is get better dentures. Oh, okay. You get your chance. When you gonna close that gap in your mouth? Dee Ramsey, since you have all this money for buying houses and cars and planes and shit, when are you gonna get that got some caps on them spaced ass, gapped ass teeth you got, girl? Do you have to smile in front of white folks when you are doing your job? Don't they wonder, girl, why don't she just fix her mouth? She's talking about somebody's dentures, girl. At least ain't no spaces all in them. God damn, I don't think you're in the position to be worrying about nobody else's mouth, girl. It's like when you watch the porn movies and you see some of these people that are in that and they open their mouth and it's like, oh God. No wonder you're doing that. Ugh. You're not Florida Evans, girl. Close that goddamn gap. That's what you worry about, Miss Moneybags. Step 5, get a link What happened? Get a link roller. Girl, I ain't doing that childish ass shit. What the fuck is wrong with this? Oh, she's drunk. I forgot. She said, get a link roller for your shirt. A link roller? Is she talking about a lint roller? Is there a piece of lint on my shirt, girl? I don't. Who gives a damn? Okay, so we're really getting heavy now, Miss Dee Ramsey. Girl, you're reading, honey. Read, bitch. Step 6, apologize to your mother for being a failure. I ain't no failure, bitch. I would consider myself a tremendous success, girl. I ain't gonna go into why I feel that way. It's none of your goddamn business why I feel like a success. I'm trying to figure out if you're so successful, why you have to trash your body and your reputation like this, girl, every time you go somewhere. That's what I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to figure out why you don't have no real friends. You only have to depend on Sean Bradley because he'll put up with you for whatever his reasons are. Perhaps you helped him to get a car or get a house or whatever your usefulness over there. We don't know what you invested in show, or whatever he needs you for, or why he puts up with your bullshit because you are such a skilled ass kisser. Girl, I don't think I would call that success. What's success? You over there, you got a husband back over in the corner, scared to talk. Do you beat him up? Do you hit him? I'm asking you a serious question. Do you beat your husband? Why is he so passive? I don't see no sign of no alpha male there. Surely he would have made some kind of appearance with his wife, right? Or is he just one of those silent types? Humiliated and embarrassed. And that's why he doesn't want to travel with you. That's why the answer is generally no, thank you. Mm-hmm. Why would I apologize to my mother for being a failure anyway? I'm a grown ass nigga. I do whatever the fuck I want to do. I don't apologize to nobody, to me, but me. I apologize to me, nigga. That's it. Where's the rest of the damn steps? She only on how she made it. A girl, she probably passed out. Oh Lord, have mercy. She probably passed out. Step 8, get hooked on phonics for my next book. Get hooked on phonics. Bitch, what books have you written? Girl, I've written 6 novels, girl. 5 novels and 1 book, 1 memoir, right? That is more than the average American, girl. It is part of the American dream to complete a novel. Some of us have been working on our novels since college, since our 20s, 30s. I have completed 6 books. I don't need your black ass to tell me anything about hooked on my asshole. I don't need no comments from you until you can produce 1 book. Where's your book at? You gonna write about witchcraft and shit? Stupid ass shit don't make no damn sense. Put the peanuts in the eye of newt. Oh, put toe pigeon in the stir. You stir it. You stir it. And she gonna talk about my God. Ain't that something? As if there's more than one. Oh shit. Let me see. Okay, wait a minute now. We got our party going on here. Oh, let me see. I'm leaving them open though. Moderators, y'all take a seat. I gotta handle this one, girl. I ain't gonna repeat it, but yes, it's staying up, buddy. How you doing, Deanna Irving? Ooh, oh, the girls got upset with you, girl. Let's have some fun tonight. Lotus Flower, only 1 week bit will name herself after a flower. 1 week bitch wait, name herself after a flower. What kind of flower, honey? Cannabis? she's chewing on flowers tonight, child. Old ass big woman, child. She just prancing around, girl, like she weighs 110 pounds. Miss Thing, if you don't sit your big ass down somewhere, I know them girls embarrassed, child. I know that club chat. I don't give a goddamn what you are online. I know that club chat. A girl, they're like, oh Jesus Christ, go put her to bed. Just make her stop. I can imagine. This is my vacation. I spent money for this, and all I can do is sit up and look at. She stopped. She stopped. Come on. Don't you want to be online? Don't you want to be on? No, thank you, honey. Nobody wants to be seen with you, Dee Ramsey. You are an embarrassment, including your husband, who is cowering somewhere over in a corner, some damn weird child. She's cowering over in a corner. Nicole Reloaded, though, y'all get mad at me. Dee Ramsey's in the chat. Okay. Somebody else is in the chat too. Have a few. I'm letting them ride tonight. So Deanna Irving has a few things to say to her too. Still mad I didn't stay to let Sean Bradley play your dumbass some more. What? Stay to play your dumbass some more? Oh, yeah, they have a history. Girl, I know you don't want to give her no click and no view, but go over there and see that woman make a damn fool of herself. It was absolutely ridiculous, girl. I hate to see a drunken woman. I mean, everybody can drink. I mean, everybody does drink pretty much. Everybody, but that's to that extreme, girl. When you're dominating the room like that, and you're not even talking to people, you're just yelling and screaming. You're online, going live because nobody wants to talk to you, girl. They don't want to hear all that hollering and screaming and repeating this stuff. Stinking of alcohol. That poor man over, he probably been watching TV. What else is going on? She got any more steps? What steps she make it to? The Dee Ramsey. Okay, so she's saying the Christian God is, what is he? Keeps us broke. Oh, because she have a job. that means them sticks and shit, and that eye of newt, girl, and those pigeon legs and all the shit you mix together, girl. That's keeping you clean. Well, we see what a great job is doing on keeping you clean, this thing. Hi, the rest of y'all. I ain't saying hello to nobody. How y'all doing? I'm sure Shaw knew beforehand Dee Ramsey could perform like this, which lets me know he loves every opportunity to look down on someone. It's arithmetic. It's arithmetic, Sean. She thinks she's your friend. Lord have mercy. He's getting more out of her than we know about people. Believe me. It probably all started off with Cash App and Super Chat, but I think that because we never did get a proper answer about who these investors were, right? So there's still a good possibility. If you are a woman who's trying to prove that you are a wealthy person, a well-off person, it wouldn't surprise me if she is one of the investors, right? Her and the little one. It wouldn't surprise me if they are actually investors in this thing. So he's got to keep them happy, or put up with them, because everywhere he goes, she goes. I don't know how she got that man to come on her with her. Because I ain't no way I couldn't do it, honey. There's no way I can do it, honey. Where is it? Lotus Flower Queen was. Oh, you hit her before we got the last question. He's in a trance. Deanna Irving. He's been in a trance for years, child. My suspicion is this man is probably a mild-mannered type of man. And probably the reason why he stays with Dee Ramsey is probably because she pays all the bills. That's my guess. Why else you put up with some drunken woman like that? Right? She brags about paying the bills. She always brags about how much money she makes and what a success she is. And I should apologize to my mother because I'm such a horrible what am I? A horrible failure. I ain't no horrible failure, bitch. I live in one of the most expensive cities in the United States, girl. The city of my dreams, Miss Thing. I live in a one-bedroom apartment. I'm a single person. And you know what? All the bills are paid, girl. So no matter how you feel about how they get paid, trust me, never miss one. So I don't know what the fuck you talking about, girl. Success. What do you think? I'm a success? If I go work in some goddamn office, girl, I get $15,000 to $16,000 in a 401k for my retirement. You know how fast you go through that 401k money, girl. What is your success? How are you determine what is success? Is this what you call success? Robbing these people of their vacation? Is that success to you? You have been drunk since the time you got off that goddamn plane. You have sat up there, girl, and made a fool out of yourself, drinking early in the morning. You said first night you had 2 hours sleep, and you wake up drinking. And you've been drinking ever since, girl. There was one incident where you said, oh, I'm not drinking, but I'm going to be. An hour later, here you are, drunk as a skunk, girl. And on drugs and on everything else. You're taking drugs, so God only knows what you actually take. If somebody's drunk like that, girl, and you now there and gave you gummy bears, you chewing them, that means they could just as easily have given you cocaine. You would have did that too. You would have been a meth monster if it was there at the party. You remember, you're drunk. That's how people get introduced to drugs. You're drunk, right? So just like they put them gummy bears in your mouth, they could have put anything in there, including cocaine, crystal meth. They might even slip a little heroin up in them motherfucker. You wouldn't know, drunk lady. All right, she ain't gave us the last step. I want to see her last step, her program. Honey, y'all done made, why y'all make you got them so mad for a child? Lord, just the mere mention that thing's name. We're trying to talk about somebody. How are we doing over here, people? Let me see what else. I'm on step 4, Uncle Tim. Okay. I forgot how spiritual those steps were, but that's all they talk. That's God, just like I talk about. So it's just somatics, however you want to call it, you know. But that woman needs help. She needs some serious help. So I think she starts drinking almost immediately after she gets off work, right? So basically, she's always drunk. And I guess he puts up with it. He got a place to stay. I ain't got to do nothing. Let her run her mouth. She'll eventually pass out. I'm sure Bradley's got to. I mean, why are you putting up with that, dude? I mean, why are you putting up with this drunken ass woman? I can see, well, this is my friend, but you ain't gonna be my friend but so long, honey. If you are sitting up here wasting everyone else's good time and you are destroying every time we go on a trip somewhere, we got to deal with you. I mean, think about Atlanta, child. What was the dominant thing that happened in Atlanta, girl? Is this gray, big old, huge woman coming across this little short lady, girl, and like she's gonna murder her right in front of us, right? Drunk. With friends like that, girl, I don't know. I don't know, honey. You don't know how to act, child. You're not invited. You're uninvited. But if you have invested in me, so let's say 20, 25,000 in the show, I might have to feel like I have to put up with you. Or if you've helped me get into a home, or you've done something for me, or you've doxed people for me, or whatever you've done for me, I'm going to put up with that kind of behavior. Because they got to know by now. They got to know what's going to happen. So anytime somebody gets off a plane, child, close their eyes for 2.5 hours and wake up and start drinking. Wake up, start drinking in the morning. So what condition are they in the afternoon? And then what about the evening? What condition are they in? Do they go to sleep, or do they just eventually pass out? Anyway. Maturish definitely didn't want to be on camera. Nobody wanted to be on camera with that girl. Not one person accepted her challenge, honey. There was one lady in the very beginning. She peeked in there, and I'm sure she was sorry for it, right? But now she will ever be tied to Dee Ramsey drunken escapades. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody saying that people can't drink. Hell, we all know people drink, especially when they go to Vegas. We know that, but they ain't gonna be falling down, child, and hollering all through the goddamn casino. Do y'all actually take her to the casino? Would they have to call security because Dee Ramsey is in the casino? Could she sit there and shut up? I don't know. It's on and popping. Girl, it ain't on and popping. You're making a fool of yourself. Uh-huh. So we get the last step. What did she get? She got as far as 10 and then passed out. Baby. I apologize, Nicole. I shouldn't be putting people back in after you take them out, but I just had to know. And if you wait if you're up tonight, you'll see she's gonna come right back on there and try to do her rebuttal if she's not spitting up all over her clothes. If she comes back on with a different moo on, that's because she's thrown up on her clothes at that point, right? That's what generally happens. Mm-hmm. Y'all like my story about that money? I ain't lying to you. I wouldn't put it in the bank. I said, God, you got to be kidding me. I said, God, you got to be kidding me. We just talked about last night. It ain't the first time either. I said, next thing I'm gonna see is all these dimes because an angel or something in the spirit realm seems to give me dimes whenever I start running low on money. I start finding dimes all over the place. I've told my dime story, but I got a great big old thing full of dimes that I've found single dimes all over the city. I always pick them up. I said, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. I got it. Uh-huh. How y'all doing tonight? I ignore my babies. Oh, yes, we had a full house tonight, too. She gonna feel like a damn fool in the morning, but you got to know. I mean, I think it would benefit her that she could actually see that on film, right? Maybe that's gonna be a good thing for her. So yeah, we're gonna leave all of her steps up, and maybe in the morning when she calms down a little bit, she'll read them. Not likely though. You have to have a certain amount of denial if you want to be an alcoholic. RJ Supreme, hi RJ Supreme, Bubbles, Prima Wanda. Mm-hmm. How y'all doing tonight? Oh, he talking about somebody's mouth, girl. I mean, how much does it take to close a gap, girl? All they got to do is they add a little more to that tooth and a little bit more to that tooth. They cap them, girl, and you have a regular mouth. When you want to do that, before you start clamming all of them people's grills, honey. Well, Bradley, he has to do with the fake laugh because he has to, that's kind of the job to make everyone feel like they're having a good time. I said, we will have a fine time, Sean. Is there anything you can do about her? What can I do? What can I do? Stop inviting her ass. Say, listen here, Dee Ramsey. Or does she know where the bodies are buried? Does she have too much information to cut loose? But she's such a kiss ass, though. I mean, she's on there. It's Sean Bradley event. We're gonna make him mad. He gonna look at bad. Look at Sean, the king. You don't find those kind of kiss asses every day. Most people will have enough self-respect, girl. They're not gonna go out like that. Right? Openly, puckering up and kissing some man's ass publicly over and over and over and over and over again. So I guess it must serve a purpose. Thank you, Nicole Reloaded. Always what the best interest of your channel. Oh, I know you did right. I mean, ordinarily that would be fine. I just want to hear what she had to say for herself. We need to get something down in the records, honey. I want to hear her 12 steps. She said, me mine is keeping me broken, poor, and pitiful, girl. I don't know what she's talking about, girl. I'm sitting in the lap of luxury as far as I'm concerned, girl. When you compare it with everything else I've done, child. She said, that's what God does for her. Mine's in the past, D. Ramsey. Yours in the right now, baby. You need help, lady. Oh, I hope she don't go to the office parties. Where does she work, in a car lot somewhere? I hope you're not going to the office parties and embarrassing the black race, girl, by carrying on like that. They probably stop inviting you or watering your drinks down. She has to make sure we always saw it's a beer bottle. See, it's a beer, but we don't know what's in the glass. It's a beer. Every time she show the glass, she got to show the beer. Oh, if it's a beer, just drink it out the bottle, girl. You ain't no classy woman. Why you keep showing us? You in is it a wine glass or a regular drink glass? But you got to keep showing us the beer bottle every time, right? Who are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove? We already know you drink. You're a drunk. Mm-hmm. Lord have mercy. We giving them something. Let's give them something to talk about. They watch everything come out of my mouth, though, honey. She just repeats and repeats and repeats. I said, well, God damn, girl. Ain't nobody there willing to talk to you for a few minutes? No, I said, no, don't bring her over here. No, I got to go do my makeup. Okay. All right. I got to do my makeup. Everybody excusing themselves. I see them when I see the people, because it's supposed to be a whole room full of people there, right? You'll see they all sitting way in corner, way over there, one way over there. You can hear voices, but nobody wants to be on camera with her, and they all sitting way away from her, honey. Nobody wants to be bothered with no damn falling down drunk, girl. And she would turn on one of them too, but they say the wrong thing. That's a lot of women to be bouncing around, child. We didn't see where she goes. Mm-hmm. Thank y'all for coming in tonight. Y'all pray for y'all sister and tell her if she's so successful, why don't you be successful as being an ex-drunk? Don't tell us about how successful you are when you are falling down, messy drunk. That is success right there to me. Is I'm not falling down and not drunk. Mm-hmm. Well, we had a nice, lively crowd tonight. I'm sorry I skipped everybody. Diesel Ramsey. Baby. Are they disrespectful in the chat? She ain't got many friends, child. There are people, it's hard to defend that, right? Oh, Lord. You're right, Ronnie Q. She said, ugh, that was painful to watch. All that uncontrolled laughing at nothing. Right. And do you think when people are actually able to have a good time? You know she's going over from table to table to table, ruin that conversation, ruin that conversation, ruin that conversation. Loud, drunk, a mess, a narcissistic mess. And he, for whatever his reasons are, chooses to put up with it. I don't know how a man, husband, listen to me. You ain't got to live like that. That's all I'm going to say. You do not have to live like that. They have places called Al-Anon. You can go get yourself some help, even if it means getting yourself some help to walk away. You do not have to live like that. I'm sure he said, I wish I would have stayed home. Or he's up in his room watching TV. I don't think there's any straight men there. Maybe a couple of them went and just stayed in the room, watched sports or something. Wasting money. I'm paying for everything. Then, of course, that goes with it. She appears to be the kind of woman that's always telling people who's paying for everything, right? So this is, they used to call them henpecked men. I don't know. I don't know how anybody would put up with that. I will be able to, if I'm going to be in a marriage and she is supposed to be my partner, I should be able to have enough. I should have enough power in my family to go over to my wife and say, baby, you're drunk. Let's go. He can't even do that. She's been screaming for 3 days. Y'all came out tonight, baby. Run, Forrest, run. Husband, just get in the camera. I know you don't like the camera, right? All you got to do is get in the camera and just blink 3 times. And we'll come and get you. Or send somebody. All right, people. Thanks for coming in, y'all. Y'all see it for yourself. Her video is called Gumby Gate. She's bragging about the drugs she's taking on top of all that alcohol. Lord. Hi, Almond Brown. Did I even speak to you, baby? I'm sorry. Snoop Chappelle. All you guys. I'm sorry. I was a little bit distracted. I already took my sleeping medication. I don't want to doze out in the middle, you know. You're 7 years sober from alcohol. Bless your heart. And don't it feel good? It feels good. It does. It feels real good, honey. And even though I'm being a little silly with reading the steps, I think it's something to consider. I mean, really, Dee Ramsey, if you want to spend the rest of your life like that, girl, you are a damaged woman. There's something going on inside of you. Whether it's abandonment issues, whatever it is, girl, you need to get to the bottom of it. So you can actually enjoy the rest of your life with a clear head. So your life makes sense. Maybe the man can fall in love with you again if he could talk to you. I'm sure he can't say nothing when you all that screaming and hollering and girl, whew, give me the willies. I gotta go to bed. All right, people. Thanks for coming in. Love you guys. Later.